welcome to the second annual Childhood Cancer Summit. I've been instructed that a friend of mine is going to introduce me, so he's going to do it by video, and so I think we're going to turn the lights down and show a short video clip.
Hello everybody, I'm Dennis Quaid. I wish I could be there in person today, but unfortunately, or maybe I should say fortunately, I'm working. I want to commend Congressman McCaul and Chris Van Hollen for their leadership in fighting pediatric cancer, the #1 disease killer of our children. Congressman McCaul founded the Childhood Cancer Caucus to raise awareness about pediatric cancer. And his wife Linda, who was on the board of MD Anderson Cancer Center along with Dr. Jeannie Kleinerman, spearheaded this summit to advance policies and ultimately better treat and prevent the disease. I am proud of Congressman McCaul and Van Hollen for standing up for children who otherwise might not have a voice. And today, we welcome some of the nation's top doctors and cancer researchers to Washington, D.C. And now, it is my honor to introduce Congressman McCaul to begin this discussion.
I'm very fortunate to have Dennis Quaid as not only a neighbor but a good friend of mine, and I brought him into the cause, and he's on board and a strong advocate. And you know, as Dennis said, the whole point of this, the whole purpose is to give a voice to those who don't have a voice to the children with childhood cancer. There are so many lobbyists in this town that advocate for so many special interests, and yet the children that need help the most don't have that voice. And the purpose of this caucus, the purpose of this summit, and the purpose of this legislation is to give them a strong voice from members of Congress, that we hear you, we're advocating for you, and we're going to find a cure for childhood cancer. The #1 killer of children is childhood cancer, and yet we haven't had a drug approved by the FDA since the 1980s. To me, that's very pathetic. It's unacceptable, and we need to do something about that. I've been told I have to limit my remarks to 2 minutes. It's very hard for me to do on this issue, but I'm very passionate about this, having my best friend in grade school die from leukemia, to talk to the parents, the children I meet going through the hospitals, most courageous heroes. All of you have your stories, and they're all very similar. The names have changed, but they're all the same, and it's just why this is so important. This moment is so important. This movement has come together, and it's come together behind something real and tangible, not just awareness, but a bill, legislation that can transform and change the way the drug companies view and treat this disease. And it's called the Creating Hope Act. I can't take credit for this. I'm just a vehicle for this. But I'm proud to have my good friend Chris Van Hollen support in a bipartisan way. In a time when politics are so polarizing and so partisan, it's refreshing to see a bill that can actually bring the Congress together behind a common cause that is so important, and that is saving our kids' lives from the #1 killer, and that is childhood cancer. The Creating Hope Act will change everything. It will transform the way they view this disease. And essentially what it does is it says, if you develop a childhood cancer cure or treatment, we'll put that to the front of the line, and we'll give you a voucher for another drug that you have. So it incentivizes the drug companies to find treatments, drugs, and cures for childhood cancer. As I said, I can't take credit. I'm a vehicle. Nancy Goodman. I don't know, where are you, Nancy? There she is. This is her idea. This is her brainchild. And her idea has come to fruition today as we introduce the Creating Hope Act on the House floor directly after this summit. Thank you, Nancy, for your work. And I look forward to the day. I've had so much support for this. All the advocates out there, thank you for standing up and supporting the cause. I urge you to talk to your representatives to get on this bill. And I look forward to the day when this gets out of committee, gets on the House floor, and passes unanimously in the House of Representatives. And Nancy, I want you on the floor that day. So we have these experts, pediatric doctors, advocates, and Bristol Myers. For the first time, we have the drug company sitting at the table with the advocates and the docs. That's profound. That's a big deal. For the first time, we're not adversaries. We're working together towards a common cause, and that's to defeat childhood cancer. So with that, let me turn it over to my very good friend and partner, co-chair, a supporter of this bill, who's very busy with a lot of other things, including the super committee. Thank you for taking the time to come here, Mr. Chris Van Hall.
Thank you, Mike McCaul, and it was great to see Dennis Quaid introduce